Best known as the queen of Latin pop, this Mexican singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman is hands down one of the most successful Latina recording artists in the world, and so much more. She has sold over 40 million records worldwide as a solo artist, and now has published her first children's book, Chupi, the Binky that returned home, and she joins us today to discuss the inspiration behind the book, motherhood, music, and everything else. Welcome, Thalía.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you.
We're thrilled to have you, and our audience is watching in real time.
Mwah, besos a todos. Mwah.
And they have so many questions, but I'm going to start with my question.
Whatever you want.
Why write this book?
This was a real story. At 3 a.m. one night, as a mother, as a desperate mother with my daughter Sabrina, that she couldn't find her binky, her chupo, her pacifier in that crib. She was crying, crying, crying. So I just went there and I said, listen, you know what's going on? Binky misses Binkyland. She was like, what? Yes, he comes from the land of all binkies and he misses Mommy Binky. He's alone, he's Mommy Binky, that's why he's crying. And she was like, really? I said, yes, imagine you and me apart without kissing and hugging. It would be sad. Let's send Binky to Binkyland. And she was like, okay, Mommy, send Binky to Binkyland. And bingo. That was a miracle. That was perfect. And that's it. I just decided to write this book, this story, and share it with all the mothers or parents around there that are living this crazy moment.
My sister's a new mother, so I'm going to buy her the book.
Yes.
I think it'll be good for her because it's about letting go and being okay with things.
Exactly, baby. It's just about that. It's their first experience in life about letting go. And it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because you have us, you have your family, we're gonna love you and support you, and it's okay, it's gonna be good.
I love that you also drew illustrations for the book. That must have been hard. I mean, what don't you do?
Well, listen, yes, I just, after that experience, the next morning, I went into my office and I started doing all these illustrations and these binkies and these castles and these lollipop trees, and it was beautiful. So I decided to take it to my publisher, Penguin, and then they went crazy with the idea, and that's it.
And we have some of those animations. We should play them. I mean, it's really incredible just to show. I mean, it's Chupi, by the way. This is pacifier in Spanish?
It's chupon in Spanish. In Mexico, we say chupon, but you can say it bobo, binky, chupon, pacifier. But Chupi is like the shortcut of
nickname.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's Chupi. I'm learning Spanish, by the way.
Oye, tú hablas bien.
No, pero everyone thinks I'm Spanish here in New York.
Yes!
So I know it's a problem. I don't speak
A Latino boy in New York?
I know, if only, if only. All right, so let's talk about, though, your motherhood, in a sense. I mean, you're a mom of, you have two, and you have so much going on in your work life. We'll get to that a little bit later. How do you balance everything that you do?
Well, I mean, I think that it's important to have a team, you know. I believe in teamwork. And for instance, I have my publisher, and I know they're going to take care of my new baby, that is this Chupi book. My record company that takes care of my music while I'm doing other things. Or in my acting career, I'm still like finding the right project that brings me back into whatever I think will be the strongest project for me to come back as an actress. So I have all these teams that cover my back while I'm like with my kids. But like, for instance, today that I'm here working the whole time, my husband, that is part of my team, you know, we're a good team, he's taking care of the kids. Or I have like help in my house.
Of course.
But also, like, you can have your mother-in-law, your friend, you know, somebody that
people
really
you trust.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I believe teamwork is key.
Of course. Collaboration in everything.
Collaboration
even
in
parenting.
everything. In everything.
So, speaking of collaboration, I mean, you know, you obviously need to trust people, you need to be comfortable with people, and I know that in the past you've said that you want to have even more kids.
Oh my God.
You do?
Yes, but I mean, seriously, right now,
More
it's too much. More chupis, more chupis. It's too much. I think my bed right now with my husband and my two kids in the middle and me is perfect.
Perfect.
You know, like we just lay there and we just watch a movie or a TV show and it feels good. More, it will be a little crowded.
Right. All right, fair enough. So, speaking of Tommy, I mean, I know you guys have been married for quite some time now.
We're together like 14 years.
It's crazy.
This December, it will be like, I think, like, I don't know, 15 or 14, I don't even know.
So what's the key to keeping marriages working?
I think the language barrier is key.
It's key, it's good, right? Because then you can just tune them
We
out.
don't understand each other at all. So that's why we are like,
I
yay!
love it, I love it.
No, I think it's we came from the same background, you know, like he's an Italian boy, and I'm being from Mexico, so our families, they used to have like big meals and cooking stuff, yes, and talk and stories at the table and music, so we share that in common. So I think we're like also like kids trapped in like adult
bodies. That's good, but I think that's healthy.
So we enjoy life. We have fun together.
And you know, for as long as people have known you, whether it's through your acting, through the soap operas, I was just telling someone, you know, I grew up in Egypt, and I remember hearing about you first with the Fat Joe song.
Because I want to,
yes,
want to.
I love this song. I mean,
baby. And now this girl did like a little
remake.
Yeah, something. Okay.
Probably a YouTube.
But yeah, so from in Egypt, I have a big follower.
You know, this is what I was trying to
Kisses
tell you.
there.
You have fans all over the world, and just to prove the point, I mean, we have a lot of people who are asking you questions. I'm just gonna jump around a little bit here.
Whatever.
This is from Hovak. He said, "Congrats, Thalía. This is about the Hollywood Star of Fame that's coming up, right?"
Oh my God, I'm so nervous about that.
December 5th. So congratulations, lots of love from Syria. Any new albums that you're working on?
Yes, actually, right now, my next album that will be in stores the first trimester of next year, it's right now in the process of being mastered. So it's like the mastering process is right now happening, and I'm so excited because this is a very important project for me. I will sit with you and we talk about
I would love
soon.
it. I would love it.
And then I'm also going to the studio like in January because I'm planning like a summer album.
Right.
So I'm happy with that. My fashion world is amazing. I will sit with you too soon.
So there's
because
a lot
I have to
coming
tell
up.
you something about that is going to be amazing in the fashion world. My radio show, so many things that are there.
And your
Cooking.
tour, Viva, right? It's,
My Viva tour
it's still going.
is still going. We filmed the first part of the tour that was in the United States, Mexico, and we put it in a CD DVD that will drop in stores at the end of November, beginning of December, here in the United States. So be tuned, it's going to be fun. It has a little documentary that is really cool.
Amazing.
Because, I mean, before, I tour alone, so it was great because you know what? After the show, you went out with the band, you had some tequilas, you had some party. But now I tour with my kids.
Right.
So it was like a 5 a.m. wake-up call for mommy.
You tour with chupis.
Chupis!
Yeah, no more tequila. Now just
Now
chupis.
it's chupis. Well, you can.
Yeah, you can.
No. No, I'm kidding.
No, we didn't say that.
Please.
Yes.
Seriously.
Of course, serious. So back to serious. But being serious, I mean, you've been doing this since you were a kid, since you had a chupi. I mean, you've been singing, you've been acting.
Actually, my first TV ad was for like a juice, and I was 2 years old.
Unbelievable.
And then, like from that point on.
So, what inspired you to do all this? I mean, I know that you're a mother now, but your mother played a really important role.
Yes.
And she supported your work and what you were doing. Tell us a little bit about that relationship.
Yeah, I mean, she just, she died, and but she was like my twin soul. And we believe like in the same things. We had stars in our eyes, and we just wanted to just do something magical to share with people. And we love music, we loved acting, so we created this amazing career together. She was like my manager, but also it was beautiful because traveling with mommy that hugs you and kisses you is the best thing ever.
I wish I could have my mom here after this interview, just supporting you. I mean, I can relate. People say, you know, a mama's boy is a bad thing. But I have a very close
I think it's amazing.
I think it's great.
I think it's the best thing that can happen to you.
Really?
The best thing that can happen
I
to
agree.
you.
We're in agreement. So what's the toughest part of being a mom for you?
See them cry. Like that experience of me removing that pacifier for Sabrina was so traumatic for me because I just didn't want to see her crying. And so, you know, I know that it's the tough love tool, but I think it's important to give them a little bit of like limitations because they feel confident and feel secure when they have that kind of limitation. But also you have to be friend. You have to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a crazy mommy. I'm like,
you are a crazy
when
mommy.
Rain is like the first drop, it's like, come on, everybody, let's go out. And we go out. The first snowstorm, everybody's out. I'm like, I'm that way.
That's good. That's good. And I want to ask you more about your influences, because people listen to your music, people love your music, and people from all over the world love your music. I mean, we just heard someone from Syria, you know, he's presumably living in a war zone, saying he loves your music. But we also have someone here, Nathalie Vaseo, saying, Thalía, when are you going to Rio de Janeiro? Your Brazilian fans adore you and have followed you for many, many years. Much love from Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro, I love it. It's so sexy. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. That culture is incredible. I really love Brazil, and they open their heart to me with my work, with my music, with my soap operas. And I definitely, whenever you invite me again to be the queen of the carnival, like that year that I did it.
A long time ago?
Oh my God, 90-something, 96?
Yeah.
But it was so cool.
You've been
being there with all that music live and just like shaking.
I've never been.
Your body.
So when you go next time, I'm going to time it. So I'm going to look on your tour dates and I'm going to...
We dance together.
We dance with the troopies. So Ashwag Al-Ajami from Kuwait saying, Thalía, do you know you have Arab fans? I'm from Kuwait and I love you since I was a kid. If we invited you, would you come? Have you ever gone?
Totally. Just on vacation.
Okay.
And I really, really loved it. But for work will be unbelievable. Just to go there and bring that little Latin flavor.
And it's so similar. I mean, I'm telling you, our culture is pretty similar. We love to have a good time. I love tequila. Maybe not everyone loves tequila.
I like good margarita.
Yeah, but you have fans everywhere. And so a lot of your fans everywhere are wondering, there have been other artists, like I'm sure you know Paulina and Shakira, all these artists who have done celebrity judging on shows, singing competitions. They've crossed over, released albums in English. Is that something you think you would do? We have a lot of questions about it.
You know what, they offer me some of those stuff, but I just don't like it. I don't like to judge. I just don't like to judge. It's something that I learned from when I was a little girl, I just don't like that. I think it's a little karmatic. And so I just focus on my stuff, on my things, on my career, my audience, and that's what I want.
To do. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know you've also sang, and correct me if I'm wrong, for 2 presidents. President Bush and President Obama, correct? So which was more fun?
Oh, gosh.
I know, I can't ask you.
You are tough.
I know, I'm trying to be tough.
Oh, my God. I just cannot. That's a tough one.
It's a tough one, maybe.
I don't know. I danced with one and I sang to another one. So
you danced with Obama?
Yeah.
You were the first person to publicly...
I invited him to dance. And the whole thing was a little too cold, too dry, so I had to break the ice.
Right. You break
the ice.
What is
better through the music and through
Yes, of course, the dance and the shaking.
Move, right.
So you break the ice, you pour tequila on the ice, and then you dance.
That's it.
That's how you do it, right? And one question, this is from Latino Voices here at the Huffington Post. They want to know, again, sorry, let me just make sure we have the right question, because they asked,
I saw it.
Asked so many
What was that
questions.
question over there?
They said, oh no, this is about, is your child still, who's 2 years old, what's his name?
Matthew
Alejandro. Is he still using a pacifier? Are you still reading a book?
You know what? It's so amazing because right now my daughter Sabrina reads the book that she inspired me to do. She reads that book for Mateo. But
she reads it.
Yes, so she sits there and she reads it for him. But it's not about pacifier. His problem probably will be the blankie. The blankie. But it's okay to have a blankie. I mean, blankies don't deform your teeth or problems with legs.
Unless you start biting on the blankie.
Exactly. No. Really. No, and so he doesn't have that problem. But he's so cute. He's so adorable. I love my kids.
Yeah, it shows.
I have other kids too, my fans. I take care of them so much.
Your fans or your kids?
Yes, also I adore them. They're like my other little family. And I have this amazing relationship with them every day. I'm very linked with them through my social media world, and I just love it.
Of course.
My Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, it's very cool.
So one of your fans, just last question from the fans, because it can't come from me.
No.
Since you have so many. Hovag saying, English album soon?
Well, in my albums, I sing some English songs, like I did some duet with Michael Bublé, and I just did something with Robbie Williams. I mean, I did a lot of things, and I just love it. Yes, of course, definitely. We're going to do many things.
There you heard it, Hovag. She's going to do it. I think Hovag is actually the guy in Syria. So good luck, best of luck. And Thalía, I have to tell you, you are as beautiful as you are humble. It's fantastic, as you are talented. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me here. I had the best time.
Fantastic. Much more coming up here at Huff Post Live. Be sure to stay tuned.
To be here with you.
We're thrilled to have you, and our audience is watching in real time.
Mwah! Besos a todos. Mwah!
And they have so many questions, but I'm going to start with my question.
Whatever you want.
Why write this book?
This was a real story. At 3 a.m. one night, as a mother, as a desperate mother with my daughter Sabrina, that she couldn't find her binky, her chupo, her pacifier in that crib. She was crying, crying, crying. So I just went there and I said, listen, you know what's going on? Binky misses Binkyland. She was like, what? Yes, he comes from the land of all Binkies and he misses Mommy Binky. He's alone, he's Mommy Binky, that's why he's crying. She was like, really? I said, yes, imagine you and me apart without kissing and hugging. It will be sad. Let's send Binky to Binkyland. And she was like, okay, Mommy, send Binky to Binkyland. And bingo. That was a miracle. That was perfect. And
Best known as the queen of Latin pop, this Mexican singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman is hands down one of the most successful Latina recording artists in the world, and so much more. She has sold over 40 million records worldwide as a solo artist, and now has published her first children's book, Chupi, the Binky that returned home, and she joins us today to discuss the inspiration behind the book, motherhood, music, and everything else. Welcome, Thalía.
Thank you. I'm so happy to. Good.
I love that you also drew illustrations for the book. That must have been hard. I mean, what don't you do?
Well, listen, yes, I just, after that experience, the next morning, I went into my office and I started doing all these illustrations and these binkies and these castles and these lollipop trees, and it was beautiful. So I decided to take it to my publisher, Penguin, and then they went crazy with the idea, and that's it. And that's it. I just decided to write this book, this story, and share it with all the mothers or parents around there that are living this crazy moment.
My sister's a new mother, so I'm going to buy her the book.
Yes.
I think it'll be good for her because it's about letting go and being okay with things.
Exactly, baby. It's just about that. It's their first experience in life about letting go. And it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because you have us. You have your family. We're going to love you and support you. And it's okay. It's going to be